Hi, it's Stephen Phipps, and welcome to the GIF December update. Last month, we spent some time looking at the issue of due diligence research and mitigating third-party risk. This is really an outcome from the October community session when Dermot Corrigan, CEO of Smart KYC, came to talk about this topic. And this is really a burgeoning sector with significant company resources being dedicated to actually mitigating these risks. The thing is that third-party research really involves traditional products and skills that information managers have been using for many years. But in Dermot's experience, actually, very rarely does he get the opportunity to speak to information managers at his clients. And he states that really the information management involvement is very much the exception, not the rule. So our report really reflects on how information managers can step up and lean in and really help their organizations with this work, whether that be looking at data sources and data availability, whether it's techniques for kind of ongoing monitoring of targets which are deemed to be high risk third parties, perhaps looking at integrating the processes and the sources into existing technology solutions, and also liaising with colleagues in procurement around supply chain management, really trying to identify, if you've got best in class vendors and you're leveraging the best products for the third party research itself. And so this is a great way. These are great ways, I think, for all information managers really to enhance their support for this increasingly critical work at their organizations. An integral part of third-party risk is looking out for news stories about the counterparties and companies that you're working with. And news integrity itself has become an increasingly challenging space with the advent of GenAI as both a research and a summarization tool. And the BBC and the European Broadcasting Union recently produced a study that revealed around about 45% of responses provided by GenAI had significant issues associated with them. Whether that be the sources that have been used being inappropriate, whether there's English language bias, whether perhaps there are factual errors in the summarization or fabricated quotes, hallucinations as we know them. Also, information or comments being taken out of context, and also overconfident discourse that causes users really to mistake authority for accuracy. Now, the BBC BU report is an extensive study. It runs to over 100 pages, but we've taken a very close look at it and we've really tried to extract all the highlights, all the key learning points. And there's lots of suggestions in that report about how you can put in better governance around these products, better validation and better testing of the services in order to mitigate those risks. So last month, my colleague Anya actually published a whole raft of work actually around a new vendor we've found called Matchplat. She produced an extensive report and supporting blog post. She's done a recorded webinar with some screen grabs, as well as a YouTube clip that you can find on our channel. So Matchplat is a relatively young company. They're based in Italy. And they've combined kind of their sort of proprietary AI technology with Moody's Orbis financial data to establish a company search and screening tool. They've done some very interesting stuff with visualization to manipulate a lot of the data sources. And, whilst it was set up as a sales and lead generation tool, we actually see a much broader set of use cases for the product. Matchplat are very interested to explore that further. So take a look at the YouTube and at the blog post and other reports. And if you're interested, please do get in touch with us and we'd be very happy to give you their details. So I mentioned Anya earlier, and you may be wondering where she is. Well, actually about now, she's about halfway across the Atlantic Ocean on what I think is a very small boat, a yacht, in fact, sailing to Barbados for the holiday season. So we wish her Godspeed and we hope to see her back in a more familiar setting in the new year. Unfortunately, before she returns, we are going to have our December community session when we'll be welcoming Dr. Stefan Ballenweg, who's Director of Knowledge and Digitisation at BASF. The community session, which will be on the 10th of December, will be Stefan talking about QNOS, which is the internal knowledge and information management platform that's been built by his team. And during the course of the conversation, he'll be talking about the genesis of that project, the kind of the history of how it's developed since over the last 5 or 6 years, the stakeholder and colleague engagement in order to get buy-in to the product and the tool set, and also looking closely at sort of some of the vendor partnerships that they've formed, because it does include some external data, and also more latterly, how GenAI is starting to be leveraged in order to drive up the efficiency and the effectiveness of the tool. So we're really looking forward to that conversation, and we hope you can join us. Please do register over at ginfo.com. That's pretty much it for this update. I'd like to thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please do click like, share and subscribe. And I'd like to wish you all the best for the holiday season. I look forward to seeing you in 2026.